Aloha, beautiful souls. This is Ryan of tranSOULution, and welcome to Transform with Ryan, where I am bringing in that light whenever there are shadows. Now, in this Pick a Card Tarot reading, we are tuning into the energies of the upcoming full moon in Scorpio, total lunar eclipse. So, a lot of big energies coming in with this full moon, total lunar eclipse, and we're looking at what needs to change in your life. And so I laid out the cards here with a full moon. The sun and the moon are on opposite sides of the sky here, and it is in the sign of Scorpio. And so Scorpio is all about deep transformation, a death, a rebirth, going within, finding out what you are truly about. What are the deeper feelings beneath all the stuff on the surface? And who you are at your core. Scorpio loves to go deep. Scorpio loves to know really why things are the way they are, what makes people tick, why you do the things you do, those types of concepts. And for this full moon in Scorpio, total lunar eclipse, it's going to be in this at 25 degrees of Scorpio, so towards the end of the degrees of Scorpio. And also, it's happening on May 15th at 9:13 p.m. for those of you that are on the west coast of the United States, like myself. Now, for some of you, it's actually going to be in the wee hours of the morning on May 16th. So just check your local time for the exact moment when the moon goes exact. The full moon is exact, okay, at 25 degrees of Scorpio. So, what does this 25 degrees in Scorpio signify here? So, there are 30 degrees for each of the zodiac signs. So, what this is telling us is since it's happening at 25 degrees, this is stuff you've already been aware of at some level, that there is something that needs to change in your life. And I'm willing to wager that many of you already know what kind of area, what part of your life this change needs to happen in. It's going to be different for everybody, right? It could be with friendships, it could be romantic partnerships, it could be with work, your job, profession, it could be with your family, it could be the way you manage your money and spending and saving and earning money. It could be something to do with your spiritual journey, even, or your physical health and well being. Okay. So, there are many areas within your life that this could be sort of working with, but at its core, it's all about transformation and taking this final step now into this new identity, this new version of you. All right. Now, what's also interesting about this energy here is the Scorpio is conjuncting the South Node. And so the South Node is all about your karma, your past energies. Okay. And now it's about stepping away from the past and moving into your future. All right, does that make sense? Because we're transforming these energies of the past. There is something in your life that just doesn't fit anymore. It doesn't feel comfortable. It doesn't feel aligned. It doesn't feel powerful. And in fact, it's gotten to the point now where it's like really uncomfortable. It's really intense, and it's for some of you very, very confusing. Okay. And so this part needs to be released because the energy isn't supportive of you and your goals and your dreams and what you're trying to accomplish, do, be in your life. This energy is just like not in alignment with it at all. And because we have this full moon energy, the moon is in the sign of Scorpio, and the sun is in the opposite sign of Taurus. Okay, so Taurus is bringing into light here what is it that you need. Okay, you're getting a lot more clarity and understanding of what it is that you actually need to feel fulfilled, to feel successful, to feel loved, to feel happy, even, right? And with the moon at Scorpio, it's asking us to go a little deeper with these ideas and reflections on what it is that we need. It's asking us to take a look at, hey, okay, now that we know what we need, why don't we have it? What is blocking us from getting what we need? And for many people, it's not something on the surface, okay? Because Scorpio goes deep. Taurus is very 3D world, physical reality, but Scorpio goes deep, okay? And it's about this deep transformation and deep understanding of ourselves. Like, okay, why are my needs not being met? What is the underlying belief? What is the underlying programming that is stopping me from taking action towards my beliefs? Okay, and that is where Saturn comes in. Saturn is about taking action, is about doing things. Saturn also is about time. Okay, Saturn is a reflection of Kronos, one of the gods from, I don't remember if it's Greek or Roman. I think Roman times, and now is the time. Now's the time to take the first steps, okay? To be disciplined, to be dedicated. Saturn is ruled by Capricorn, so there's a lot of earth energy here about bringing into the 3D reality what you're feeling inside energetically, all right? So some things that you can reflect on is like, hey, I need more money. I need more wealth and abundance. That might be one of the things that you notice that you need. I need money to feel safe and secure. And you go deep with the Scorpio energy to see like, hey, why is it that I am not reaching my maximum earning potential here? What belief is in my subconscious that's saying, hey, I'm not worthy of getting a pay raise. I'm not worthy of stepping up in the workforce. Again, we're pulling in some of the Saturn energy. That's why I'm using this example, because Saturn is about our professional working relationships, okay? Our connections with other people, our communities. And so Scorpio is asking us to look in like, hey, why am I limited here within my abundance? Okay, what is limiting me here? And why do I feel like I maybe for some of you can't achieve my financial goals? Okay, what is the core belief underlying all of that? And that is what needs to be let go with this total lunar eclipse. That's what needs to be phased out. That's what you need to give up, okay? Saturn is also this reality check here. All right. So once you kind of understand what it is that needs to be let go, what does that actually look like? What actions are you going to take to bring this in alignment with the physical realm? Okay. Like maybe it involves getting a new job, applying for a new position, applying for that promotion. All right. When you go into your annual review this year, asking for that raise, asking for that bonus, whatever it is, okay? And for some of you, it could even be interpersonal relationships, such as friendships, okay? What do you need out of a friendship? And what are you not getting? Why are you not getting that? Okay, because that energy, again, needs to be let go. Maybe you want to feel heard in a friendship. You want to be seen. You want people to care about how you're doing. So why is it that you're in this position now where your friends may not reflect that? Is it because you have a low sense of self-worth? Maybe you have some thoughts or belief or like I don't want to come off as needy. I don't want to come off as too emotional. And that's why maybe you don't assert yourself in your friendship, okay? Or show up and be vulnerable and expose your true feelings in a friendship. Maybe you keep some things private and you don't share within this friendship, okay? And so now what are you going to do? Are you going to be able to communicate with your friends now? Or are your friends just not a good match for you and it's time to let this friendship go and pursue a new friendship or a connection? So those are just some ideas that are coming through with the energies here of identifying really deep within what is not working for you and why, and letting that go. All right, my loves. So that's a little bit about the astrology, sort of like some basic information, if you can believe that. I know some of the information was like really super deep, but why don't we take a look now at some options that I pulled out for you to go to a more personalized reading to kind of help you dive even deeper about what needs to change in your life, what energies are most ripe and ready to be changed in your life with this full moon in Scorpio total lunar eclipse, because the energies are strong and they're intense, y'all. So the first option here we have is new moon in Aries, time to take action. And the second option here, we have conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse. Oh my gosh, how appropriate that this card came out when I was shuffling earlier. And lastly, luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius. All right, so take a look and feel into the energies here on which card, which phrase has a message for you, and you can check in the description box down below to go to find the timestamp for your reading, and I will see you there, loves. Hey there, Star Fam. Welcome to your more personalized reading here in honor of the changes that need to happen in your life with this full moon in Scorpio total lunar eclipse coming up here on May 15th or May 16th, kind of depending on where you're tuning in from. So we're going to be diving deep and giving you more personalized messages regarding the energies of this full moon. And for those of you that are new to this channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy to have you here. Do let me know in the comments down below where you're tuning in from. I would love to hear from you. So for those of you that were drawn to this new moon in Aries card, it's time to take action. What I'm sensing with this energy here for you is kind of looking at, again, the degrees in which Scorpio is going to be in for this new moon, 25 degrees of Scorpio towards the end of that sign. We already know that this is something you've been thinking about a lot. You've been feeling into quite a lot, but it's something you haven't been wanting to take action on for whatever reason. Like, no judgment here. It's just you've been feeling blocked. You've been feeling nervous, anxious, apprehensive about taking action on this thing that is calling for you to change the way your life is moving forward, change some aspect in your life. Again, it could be regards to your health, it could be regards to family relationships, romantic relationships, friendships, it could be regarding your work, could be regarding your spiritual journey or your religious journey. So many, many different things. So you know, though, which area of your life has been calling for change. And it's something that has to do with your own personal identity, like who you are at your core. Something hasn't been fitting right. You haven't been feeling comfortable. You haven't been feeling aligned. You haven't been feeling like you've been truly honoring your true self in this aspect of your life, okay? And I'm sensing that there's been some fear and apprehension, but with this Aries energy, Aries is very bold, it's very daring, it's very brave. And so there's cosmic energies assisting you to taking that first step, which is always the hardest, isn't it? It's always that first step that is the hardest thing to do when we start on this new path, when we start on this new journey, okay? So you're gonna receive that. So let's take a look at more of the energies for you, okay? We're gonna start in true Scorpio fashion. We're gonna be looking at the deeper energies, the ones that you might not even be aware of here, okay? To kind of help you figure this out and figure out how to move forward, just like, you know, Saturn is telling us to do. It's like, how can we move forward? How can we make this practical steps into our more authentic version of ourselves, all right? So let's see what we can learn. We have the Six of Wands, the Sun card, okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Son of Swords, ooh, interesting. The Four of Wands, and the Father of Swords. Oh my gosh, so a lot of Swords energy and Wands energy coming through. All right, so for many of you, this is what I'm sensing is like, this is an idea. This also can relate to your core identity, your passions, who you are in spirit, your higher self. It has to do with communicating things with people, okay? So for those of you that were drawn to this card, it seems like less so the energies of work and money. Although I will say with the Father of Swords and the Son of Swords here, you definitely have to communicate something, okay? That's what's being called of you, is to communicate something here. Now, what I'm seeing from these cards already is there is something about you being in the limelight, you being seen here that is being blocked, okay? So with this sun energy, it's about all eyes on you. The sun is shining on you. You are in the limelight. You are in that energy of success and recognition. And so there's something about your next stage of life that you need to step up and be recognized and be seen as who you truly are. And this block from you doing so needs to be removed. And what's coming through for me is this energy of maybe, or blockage, I should say, a fear of being seen. Okay? Like perhaps maybe when you were younger, you know, some people labeled you or said that you were like attention seeking, okay? And it made you feel like, oh, it's a bad thing to want to be seen. And it's shameful and it's egotistical and it's selfish to want to be seen and recognized by people, okay? And that's what's been blocking you here. That's the energy that I'm feeling for you. And it could even be like maybe your parents or your caregiver were like super busy with work, or they weren't around, or they weren't present. And so no one was really giving you that attention that a lot of young children need, that, you know, that signifies that someone cares about you and that they love you, is because they're giving you attention. They're paying attention to your thoughts, your feelings, what you have to say. Maybe it's even those things where like, hey, you did something amazing, right? I'm pulling through with this Six of Wands energy. You did something very amazing, like maybe you drew a beautiful picture in your eyes, right? Or you made a cool toy thing, or I don't know, right? You know, those things that children really like to show you. If any of you have kids, or any of you have nieces or nephews, or work with children, you know, children love to show us things that they've done so that they can get that approval, that praise, that recognition. And for some of you, that wasn't there, that wasn't present. And it really hurts you inside. It really hurt your self-esteem and your sense of self-worth. And you know, it made it feel like, what I'm getting at, oh, and this kind of like breaks my heart, my loves. It made it feel like you weren't important, that no one cared about you. And so a lot of your hesitancy to step into the limelight is like, who cares? Like, no one has my back. No one's going to support me in this, right? So why should I go after that promotion? Try to get that raise? Like, I go so unnoticed and unappreciated anyway. And my loves, that's just so not true. I think one of the toughest things about society these days is, you know, a lot of times we're so self-involved. We're so much into our phones and our own problems, because my gosh, aren't there like a lot of problems that we face here on this earth, on this planet? We get so self-involved with that we don't really communicate to each other all the wonderful positive things that other people are doing, that we see, that we recognize, okay? The things that we're doing good. We don't get that self-assurance. We're so quick to criticize each other, and judge each other, right? Because we have all these wounds within us that we're criticizing and judging within ourselves, and we kind of externalize that and we project those onto other people. But the thing is, my love, people are noticing what you do and the great things that you do. They just don't communicate it as readily, I think. Or maybe, again, they're too busy and they don't have the time to pause and say, hey, thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate that. Or, oh my gosh, you did such a great job on this thing. Like, kudos to you. Congratulations to you. That was amazing work you did, right? We don't hear that often enough. And so we think that it goes unnoticed. Now, what I'm getting with the Son of Swords and the Father of Swords is this energy of what you have to project out, okay? So you have to say what's on your mind. You have to be brave and communicate that, okay? With confidence, with conviction. Like, don't sound like wishy-washy or afraid, because then that's not gonna get your message to land very well. Because look at how this owl is like diving in with this sword. It's like, charge! It's like going after it. It's committed, okay? It's going all in. So communicate very, very clearly what it is you need to say, whether that be in work, friendships, relationships, what have you, okay? Speak your truth. And with the Father of Swords here, what I'm sensing is also there's this level of being smart about it, okay? Communicating clearly what it is you mean, not from this hurt or wounded center, but from this center of like wanting to express something for the greater good, for everyone's benefit. Okay, so for example, what's kind of coming through for me is when you're speaking your truth here, don't necessarily bring in all the failings of other people. Okay, like don't say something like, I deserve this raise because everybody else like really sucks and I work harder than everybody else. So it's this advice to elevate yourself without putting other people down. Yes, that's exactly what I'm feeling with this Father of Swords energy is represent yourself fully and authentically and take credit for what you do, but don't do so by putting other people down. All right? And here with this Four of Swords energy, I'm feeling this, this with this barrier here, or not Four of Swords, my gosh, I mean Four of Wands. What I'm seeing here is this energy of like restriction in a way with the way that the wands are arranged. It's like holding in your light and it's holding back, celebrating who you truly are. Okay, and shining your light and allowing other people to come in and celebrate who you are. This Four of Wands energy is not about solo energy, it's about community energy. Okay, and everybody kind of working together, aligning together, praising each other. Okay, and it's time to release that. It's almost, what I'm sensing for some of you, it's kind of like, well, other people don't recognize me, so I'm not going to recognize other people. Right? It's sort of this like do unto them as they do unto you. And it's sort of petty is some of the energy that I'm getting is don't let this pettiness that is deep within you stop you from shining your light, stop you from being love, showing recognition and respect and compassion to other people just because you're not getting it. Sometimes we have to offer something to other people first before we're in that position to receive it. Okay, so just some food for thought here. We're going to pull some cards here from the Good Tarot. We're going to sort of bring some energies to light as well. Okay, some positive energies, some guidance beyond what we've already talked about. And let's tap into what can be created here. Okay, what can be created when these energies are worked with, when they're healed, when they're released. So what can you be stepping into here? We have the Tower. Ooh, yes, surprising changes for the better. So you're going to be surprised at like, wow, how well you're going to be received and just how much success you can actually tap into once you do this inner work. All right. We have the King of Earth. Oh, okay. So I said earlier that I don't get the sense that this necessarily has to do with a lot of job or work. But hey, with the King of Earth, it's definitely pulling in that abundance energy. And so improvements in financial, material elements in your life. And the Empress, wow. So creativity. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we were talking about friendships earlier. And what I'm seeing here is, when you're aligned with who you are and what you need from social interactions and from other people and what you can provide to other people as well, that energy is going to be nurtured. It's going to be nourishing. The Empress is very compassionate. It's very mothering kind of energy with the Empress, okay? And it's that warm, loving, cozy feeling. So that's really coming in here, and something new can be birthed as well from this experience. And and it's something that I'm getting that you would not expect. It's sort of gonna exceed your wildest dreams and expectations. So when you speak your truth, when you step into the limelight, when you honor yourself, when you recognize that you deserve to be seen and appreciated and loved and compensated properly for all that you do, then wonderful things can come into your life here. True transformation of your physical realm once you step into your energies, okay? Once you tap into those energetic frequencies that are more true and aligned for you, sudden, massive change in your physical world here, okay? And the Empress and King of Earth is very much 3D reality, physical world. And for some of you here, I'm also seeing, I'm not, now the Empress represents this, but I don't know why it's coming through so strongly here. For some of you, this has to do with fertility issues as well, like maybe communicating what you need to feel supported as a mother, as a parent to a child, healing some of those wounds from your childhood where you didn't feel supported and nourished by your parents. And there's also some energy about where it's like, am I going to be a good enough parent? Can I actually do this? Yeah, it's almost like this worthiness surrounding being a parent. Like, who am I to take care of someone else? It's almost like I can barely take care of myself. That's some of the thoughts I'm getting in, some of the messages I'm getting in. Or also, like, maybe your parents were not the best parents. And so there's this idea of like nature versus nurture. Well, since my parents were crap parents, maybe I'm going to be a crap parent. Like, there's some of those ideas there that are coming through that are really tough to work with. So healing those, okay? You choose your destiny. Like, oftentimes when we are on the receiving end of people making mistakes or of pain and trauma, we are actually the better people to be able to work with that trauma, heal that trauma, because we know what it feels like to be hurt. We know what it feels like to be discarded or not taken seriously or not recognized. And so we as a person can do a better job at those things. Does that make sense, loves? All right. So let me know in the comments down below what resonated with you, what you're taking with you with this energy, and make that declaration of transforming and making this change in your life, okay? I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to support you in your endeavors. And of course, if this energy in the channel resonate with you, I invite you to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future readings. You can go to another reading if you wish by clicking this link right up here in the top right corner. But otherwise, I'm wishing you all a very, very happy, transformative, and magical total lunar eclipse full moon in Scorpio coming up. And I'm sending you all so much love and light along your journey. Take care, loves. Bye. Hey there, Star Fam. Welcome to another reading here at Transform with Ryan. And today we're tuning into the energies of the total lunar eclipse, this full moon in Scorpio coming up. And we're seeing what changes need to happen in your life here for your highest and greatest good. Energies that are ripe for transformation here with this full moon in Scorpio. And I can't wait to dive deep into this. For those of you that are new to this channel, I'm sending you a very warm welcome and aloha. So happy to have you here. Do let me know in the comments down below where you're tuning in from, all right? So my loves, with this card here, this full moon eclipse, conclusions are within reach. What I'm sensing is a very powerful ending coming into your life. So Scorpio is about death and rebirth. And so I'm getting the sense that you've been working very hard on something. You've been actually putting a lot of work, time, and effort into this change, this transformation, in starting to create a brighter and new future for yourself here. And you've been working hard, and perhaps some of you have not been seeing quite the results that you were hoping to see so far, but this is gonna come together here within this time frame of this total lunar eclipse. So things are gonna reach their conclusion. It's gonna come to an ending here. And what I'm feeling is like this weight is going to be lifted off of your shoulders. It's like this huge task that you set your sights on completing is going to finally be done. It's going to be taken care of, and it's going to end out quite beautifully for you and perfectly for you. Like everything is going to end up just wonderfully and divinely so. And I'm seeing this, like, I shouldn't say seeing, actually I'm feeling, actually I'm feeling this big release and this creation of more space in your life. So whatever this thing was consuming, again, a lot of your time and energy and resources and efforts, and it's just about to be cleared out now, so that you can take a break, you can relax, you can rejuvenate, refresh yourself, and then move on to the next thing here, okay? Now, what's interesting, I'm just getting this in. I was about to start drawing some tarot cards, but what I'm also getting through this is, for some of you, this ending might even be a bit bittersweet. Okay? It's like you've been wanting it, but there's something about it that is like, you know, like kind of a little bit melancholy energy is what I'm feeling even. And I'm seeing it because there's this tree that's almost falling over here out of all these trees in this forest that are all upright. And then there's this tree that's falling down. So there's a small part of you that's like, yay, I'm so glad that this is going to be over. But there's this part of you that's like processing that last bit of like completely detaching from it. Okay. So this could even be like maybe moving and selling your house, like finalizing the sale on your home so that you can move to a new city, a new country, a new state, whatever, and leaving this chapter of your life behind, right? Maybe you have some really fun memories in this home, and now it's like, okay, well, it's not going to be my home anymore. I'm also sensing for some of you like a separation, maybe a divorce or a breakup. And it's like finalizing, okay? And there's like, wow, we had some good times together, we had some challenging times, and it's like kind of revisiting some of these memories. For some of you, it could even be leaving your job, leaving your career path, and like finally letting that go and just cutting ties with that, and like that's no longer part of your identity anymore. It's in the past now, and it's you know, that kind of reflection that comes when things are coming to an end, about remembering the good times, remembering the bad times, and, you know, that maybe a little bit of sadness, a little bit of grief of this ending. So let's dive deeper with this wild tarot. Wild Unknown Tarot deck here. We're going to dive deeper into the subconscious. We're going to go into those realms that Scorpio likes. Let's look deeper into these energies here and get a better understanding of them, okay? To help facilitate the change, to help facilitate the release. So we have, oh my God, this card came out again. The Four of Wands. It came out for the first pile. So I don't know if you felt like you were drawn to the first pile as well, the first card, I mean, like go for it. Take a look at it. We have the Two of Cups. Okay, definitely some type of relationship that meant a lot for many of you. So it could be co-worker relationship, friendship, romantic relationship, something along those lines here. You know what I'm also getting for some of you is like family relationships, even, where perhaps one of your family members was in hospice care, end of life care, and it's about, you know, there's the quality of life has gone down, there's not really a strong chance of recovery, and so it's about letting them go, helping them transition. Wow, my heart aches for you, my loves. Justice here. Strength. Oh my gosh. So two major arcana cards coming through for you. So this chapter that's ending, this release, this conclusion that's coming up, it is major. So now that makes sense why the energies of like divorce, leaving a job kind of came through. And we have the Nine of Wands. So definitely, one thing for you to consider is, again, kind of tuning back into the energies of what we were talking about in the astrology portion, is this burden. What has been a burden or a drain on you, okay? And now it's about releasing it, okay? And just cutting it off and being kind of at peace with that decision, okay? Sometimes when we're in a job that doesn't align with us, I totally know how you feel because I left my job in medicine because it felt more like a drain, and I didn't feel like I was doing the best that I could do and being the best person I could be in medicine. I felt very constricted and restrained in the things that I could talk about and the ways in which I could assist my patients. And when I left my job about a year ago now, it was very bittersweet because my job, it was such a core part of my identity for many, many, many years. And to just leave it behind and be like, okay, now who am I? What am I actually gonna do with myself? That's really challenging. And my gosh, I'm feeling like the energies again as I'm tuning and combining and blending with your energies, okay? And so this thing that's coming to a conclusion, it was such a core part of who you were before, but at some point the dynamic shifted. And instead of you feeling nourished and fulfilled by this thing, whatever it was, it started to take this energy of like, oh God, this is like getting to be too much. It's getting to be really intense. And I'm like, whatever unhappiness or sadness or anger or resentment I was having towards it is just building up more and more and more. And it's like getting heavier and heavier. And so it's this realizing like the aspects of it that was a burden and understanding now, like, hey, it's time. It's time to let this go. Time to let this job go. Time to let this house go. Time to let this relationship go. It just hasn't been as fulfilling as it was before. And it's going to take a lot of inner strength here is what I'm seeing. And look at how, what's interesting is this line has this rose in its mouth, and we have these roses here with the cup. So I'm sensing again that bittersweet kind of energy here, that it's not something that's super easy for you to let go of, and which is why it's been something you've been working with for such a long time here, and it's been just building up, building up, building up, and then it's like now it's just the final straw. It's like, okay, I just can't tolerate this anymore. It's just going nowhere now. In fact, I'm feeling like I'm being pulled down by it, going backwards even. And it's like this beauty of the rose with the thorns as well, and it's in like the lion's mouth here. And so it's like, yeah, I have this beautiful flower in my possession, but at the same time it's hurting me because there's thorns on it and it's in my mouth. Like, oh my gosh. And with this justice card, it's what I'm feeling is it's about coming back into balance. Okay, we were talking about that energy like draining out from you, okay? And now it's like, okay, we can't keep getting drained here. We're getting burnt out. So we are getting weighed down. We need to balance these energies, bring the energies back in alignment, okay? And start receiving nourishment, receiving support, receiving this sense of fulfillment, excitement, joy, peace, bliss. We need to bring those energies in now, okay? Because the energies of doubt, confusion, worry, shame, grief, whatever is like too heavy. We need to like balance, okay? With the justice, it's like balancing the scales. And also what I'm seeing is like really integrating the good and the bad that happens. Like good and bad is super relative. It's very subjective. What some people might consider as good, other people might see as a bad thing, and vice versa. And so it's putting everything into perspective and seeing the truth for what it is. So with the justice, I'm almost seeing like one way that you can kind of look at it is very logically. Okay, the justice card is the card of Libra, which is an air sign, which is about justice and logic and fairness and balance. All right. And so perhaps for some of you, part of this inner work, diving deep, is looking at things for what they are and putting aside a little bit the feelings. Okay. So it's like, okay, yeah, like I love this house. I feel so attached to this house, so much love and joy and memories in this house. But I got a new job in another state. So it's not practical for me to stay here. And this new job is going to afford me a lot of beautiful, wonderful benefits. Right? And so looking at it in that way and stepping more into the truth of it. Okay? Now, what I'm seeing here with this, the word celebration is coming up for me with this Four of Wands. And the energy was a little bit different in the other reading when the Four of Wands came up. But in your reading, there's this word here of celebration that maybe the energies you've been working with are like too heavy here. It's like this weight, this sadness, this grief, this anger, whatever this was. And Spirit is saying, hey, flip that around a little bit. Tap into what you have to celebrate. Like, celebrate the happy memories, celebrate your achievements at your job, celebrate the life of the person that is about to transition, that's about to, maybe pass away. Focus on the celebration of what was gained, what was experienced. Okay, step into that energy. Maybe there's something I'm also getting for some of you, there was this block in celebrating because it's almost like, oh, I should be sad that I'm leaving this house behind. I should be sad that this person's leaving the physical realm and transitioning onto the spiritual realm. I should be sad that this relationship is ending, that I'm going to be divorced now, that I'm going to be single now. Like, there's these notions of should, and it's all programming, my loves. It's all programming. It's because of stuff we watch on TV, stuff our parents tell us, where it's like, oh, you're divorced, how sad. And it's like, no, divorce could be a great thing. It could be very freeing for people, especially if the relationship was just toxic, and so look for the reasons to celebrate, and don't be afraid to celebrate them. Okay, it's not like you're not giving it the justice it deserves, and you're being sort of, callous or crass to be like, yay, I'm getting divorced. Like, treating that as a celebration. Like, who cares what other people think? Like, it's a sad thing to them. But again, we were saying, like, what some people view as good might be viewed as bad to others. And so it's all about your perspective. How do you view this situation? Okay, how is it helping you? How is it benefiting you? That's the important thing here. All right, my loves? Okay, so let's pull some more tarot here and let's see what are the possibilities that are coming through once you work through this energy and you release, you step into this change, this transformation. What beautiful, wonderful possibilities are going to be open for you now? Oh my gosh, I'm excited to see what this is. Wow. Wowzers. Okay, so first out we have the messenger of air. Oh my gosh, so new communications, new ways to express yourself and be who you are, say what you want to say, do what you want to do. This freedom is what I'm getting, this freedom. And the way that this messenger of air, the way their head is tilted, it makes me think of like, whenever you put your head, you tilt your head back, you bring your chin up and you just go, it's like that refreshing air where you just lean back and open up and it's like, I can breathe again. Yes, that's what I'm feeling here. Ooh, the world. Oh my God, this is amazing. So this release, what I'm seeing is the key to unlock a brand new world for you, a brand new existence, a brand new reality, a lot more in line with what you're down with. Oh my gosh, it's like, what this is making me think of? So I don't know if any of you are into Marvel movies. I do love me some superhero movies. So I watched Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And don't worry, I'm not going to spoil anything, guys, if you haven't watched it yet. But it's just what I'm reminded of is how there were all these parallel realities in the multiverse where there were like all these different Doctor Stranges, right? And in the movie, you can sort of shift your consciousness into an awareness into another version of you in another reality, in another dimension. Okay, and I won't spoil it too much, but that ability and that notion kind of comes through for the characters in the movie to inhabit a version of themselves in another reality that is going to benefit them, that's going to help them, okay, that's going to achieve something for them. So what I'm seeing is like by working with these energies, leaving things behind, embracing this conclusion here, this transformation, this change, it's like you're stepping into this other reality. I think I need to read up on this, but I heard it from Aaron Dowdy, this reality trans surfing idea where you like kind of step into a new reality, a new timeline that is more aligned with who you are energetically now, who you are with your beliefs and your ideas. And your programming, if you will. And this world is just so amazing and so bright. So it's like you see this world here, it looks like it's sort of fading, it's covered by clouds, it's not very clear, and then this world is like so crisp and so clear. And so it's like stepping this way, stepping into this clearer world. And then there's this even bigger world here beyond that. So you're just trans surfing into other realities, other dimensions, other planes of existence. Yes, so awesome. Oh my gosh, the strength card came out again. Wow. So Spirit is definitely encouraging you and letting you know that, hey, this was not an easy thing for you to do. And like you've been working on it for a while. There's been a lot of tears shed over this. But you are so much stronger now. You are so much stronger. It's like you reach, like you leveled up. It's like in those RPGs when you got so much experience points now, you're like level 100 white mage or something like that, and you're just so powerful now, is what I'm sensing. And it's almost like, my gosh, you should really pat yourself on the back here and be like, if you could get through this, you can make it through anything. Like you are top notch now. Oh my god, I love this. I'm so happy to see these two cards come out for you, my loves, and I'm so thrilled for this energy that's coming through, and this sigh of relief that you're going to be able to let out so big. Oh, I'm like feeling so energized by your reading. I love it. I'm so thrilled for you. Let me know, like, comment down below. Let me know what resonated with you, what you're calling in, what you're releasing. I'd love to support you in that aspect of your journey. And if you are, ready for another reading, make sure you click this link right up here. It'll take you to another reading. And, make sure you're subscribed also. Don't forget that, I guess, if you don't want to miss out on any readings in this channel. But otherwise, I'm wishing you all a very, very happy full moon in Scorpio. Happy total lunar eclipse. And cheers to this amazing new reality you're creating. Bye, loves. Hey there, Star Fam! Welcome back to another reading here at Transform with Ryan. And today we are tuning into the energies of the full moon in Scorpio, which is a total lunar eclipse. So big energies coming through here. And we're getting some more information and insight on what needs to change in your life with this full moon in Scorpio here. And I'm feeling it's like really big energy for a lot of people, which makes sense, right? Because it's a total lunar eclipse. Now, for those of you that are new to this channel, welcome. So happy to have you here. Sending you a warm aloha. Go ahead and let me know in the comments down below where you're tuning in from, fam. I'd love to hear from you. So here, for those of you that were drawn to this luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius, what I'm feeling from the energies already is many of you have been feeling like you have just had rotten luck lately, okay? It's almost like nothing has been going right for you, and you've just been getting more confused, more discouraged as of late. And what I'm sensing here is, oh my gosh, your fortunes are going to change here. It's almost like you're kind of down in the dumps. You've been feeling a bit low, feeling a bit down, maybe sad, depressed kind of energy. And that could be even opening you up to energies of anxiety and fear and worry, right? And some of you even like, my gosh, you feel like you've been dealt the short end of the stick. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, man, what is going on with my life right now? It seems like nothing is going right or nothing's working in my favor. And what I'm also sensing too for some of you, part of that is coming from you comparing your current experience to what other people are experiencing. And that's kind of amplifying this energy of feeling like, gosh, life sucks right now, man. And that's part of the issue here, is this comparison energy. Spirit is saying already, like, hey, don't compare your current circumstances to the circumstances of the people around you, especially the ones that are doing better than you. because their journey has nothing to do with your journey. They're separate things. And that, everyone's on their own journey, and you're your own person, they're their own person. You both are your own unique souls and entities and beings who have come here to this planet to learn your own unique lessons, okay? In your own unique way. So a lot of unique. But Spirit is saying, like, hey, this energy is shifting for you very, very soon here. And you're going to have many, many reasons to smile and be grateful now moving forward, okay? So let's kind of tune into this. Where is this actually all coming from? Let's pull some cards from the Wild Unknown Tarot here to get some ideas on, like, what's going on subconsciously here. What is the root of some of this energy, these limitations, these belief systems here? So Spirit is also telling me, like, take a look at this bow and arrow here, okay, on this picture. It's like where you're at is at this point here, where it's like you're pulling it back and you're just like, oh my God, am I gonna hit it? Am I not gonna hit it? Am I gonna miss? Is the arrow gonna fall off of the bow here? Am I going to land in the wrong place? Like, what's gonna happen here? Like, oh, and it's like this fear of like moving forward now because things have just been, like, your track record has felt like it's not been so good. So you're like, oh my gosh, maybe I should just call it quits. Like, maybe I should just do nothing at this point because I feel like everything I'm doing and getting involved in is just falling apart or like breaking down. And so you're in that phase now where you have to like kind of calm yourself, breathe in, breathe out, and just focus on the outcome, focus on the target. And then when you're in the right energetic state, the right mind frame, you just release and it's literally gonna fly exactly where you need it to go. And things are gonna move so fast for you. Because I mean, like, honestly, when things are really sucky, doesn't it feel like time is going on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, right? And when things are really fun and going amazing, it's like time flies. Time goes by so quickly. And so what I'm seeing here is that there's going to be this shift in your perception of time where things are going to start going so well. Things are going to move so fast for you. It's going to be like, whoa, you can't, like a whirlwind and like a surprise. So let's see what we got here. The Nine of Swords. So yes, there is a lot of fear, anxiety, and worry beneath the surface here, especially fear. Fear. That's the word that's kind of coming through. There's this fear of the what if. Okay? What if this happens? What if this doesn't work out? What if that person doesn't show up? What if? And it's like all this energy is like negative, worst case scenario. But I've said this before on my channel, so let's start programming this again for those of you that are new here. And even if you have heard this before, it doesn't hurt to reaffirm this. So instead of thinking, what's the worst that could happen, which is such a common phrase, we're going to shift that now to what's the best that can happen. So say it out loud, type it in the comments. What's the best that can happen? All right, that's going to be your target. That's going to be your focus. Where focus goes, energy flows, results show. So if you're focused on the worries and the fears and the bad outcomes, that's what you're going to manifest, loves. And no, don't nobody want that. Okay. The World card. Love it. Okay. So what I'm seeing for many of you is it's almost like you're maybe been feeling lately. It's like you against the world. It's like, where are my allies? Where is God? Where is the universe? Where are my angels? Where is everybody that's supposed to be helping me out here? It feels like y'all have been absent. You got called out sick from work today. Like, you ain't doing your job, y'all. That's what I'm feeling here. So it's definitely, there's this energy of you against the world. And there's almost like a loss of faith and a loss of trust within you that things will work out for you for your benefit. And that's simply not true. I'm getting from Spirit that perhaps whatever it was that you were so attached to having happened for you, it wasn't the right time. it wasn't really meant for you. Like maybe whatever this is that we're talking about, like you've been trying to make it work out. You've been trying to make everything go smoothly and go okay and stick with it. But deep down inside, like you weren't feeling it. Like, let's be honest, you weren't into it. Okay, but because you thought you should make it work out, everyone was telling you you should do this, you should do that, and they were telling you, and you were telling yourself, like, hey, I gotta stick with it because this is what I'm meant to do according to my schooling, my education, my upbringing, what society's expectations of me are, right? What my religious faith tells me I should be doing, and really it just wasn't aligning with you. And your spirit guides, God, source, universe, whatever you want to call it, knew that too. But your ego mind had this attachment that this is what you needed to do, what you needed to be in order to have happiness, in order to feel fulfilled, in order to have love. Okay? And now spirit is like, nope, that wasn't true. And you knew it wasn't true, but you doubted it. So now step into your truth. Next, we have the Mother of Cups. Oh, okay, let me pull the other ones out first before we get into these. Then we have Father of Wands. Oh, okay, we have 2 court cards here. We have Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine energy coming through, and we have the 7 of Cups. Okay, so what I'm getting from the 7 of Cups, let me just say this because I feel like it's super important, is this is a collection of dreams. Okay? Your dreams, society's dreams, your mom's dreams, your brother's dreams, your sister's dreams, your lover's dreams, boyfriend, girlfriend dream, coworker, boss's dreams. It's like everybody's dreams all connected here. And the real question you should be asking yourself is, what the heck is my dream? What is specifically my dream? What is it that I want? If I didn't have to take into consideration anybody else's expectation, anybody else's happiness, what the heck do I want? Okay? And that's where the energy should be focused. That is what the target is that you should be aiming for. Okay? Is filtering out what is actually your dream versus the dream of somebody else. Okay? And like, in what ways have you been doing things to make other people happy at the expense of your happiness, your fulfillment, your satisfaction? Okay? And like, being real and be like, yo, that's your dream, not my dream. I'm not doing that. I ain't doing that. What I'm getting, okay, for some of you, I'm getting like quite a few things with the Mother of Cups and Father of Wands, which is almost like, geez, this is what happens when we do general readings for people. There's so much information that comes through to try to reach and connect with all the viewers of this video. But for some of you, it's parent energy. Okay, like what have you been doing in your life that is a reflection of your relationship with your parents? And what have you been doing to sort of please your parents, even though it wasn't aligned with you? Or what belief systems have your parents ingrained in you that has been restricting you or blocking you from your true path? You know, like there's this classic example of parents saying like, oh, you can't be an artist. Artists are broke and poor and they don't make a lot of money. You can't survive being an artist. That's your parents' belief. But what is your belief? Because I'm sure you can think of several successful artists out there in the world. And with this blossoming of like the NFT world, like so many more artists are becoming even more successful. So that is an outdated old belief system, and it's not one that you should claim or make part of your core belief system. Okay, so that's like kind of one example. Now, what I'm also getting is there's definitely relationship, so romantic relationship, because we have divine feminine coming in union with a more divine masculine presence, all right? And the dynamics of this relationship. So perhaps looking at the characteristics might help you understand in ways in which there's shadow aspects of us coming up, or limiting beliefs coming up. So with this energy, what I'm sensing here is this idea of you're too sensitive, you're too emotional, right? Stop crying, stop whining. It's all these feelings of being invalidated when it comes to your emotions and your feelings, and that they're not worth anything, and that they should be pushed down, they should be shoved aside, they should be blocked. So there's some emotional wounds here when it comes to a relationship, okay? And that could be in you, it could be in your partner. And these need to be released. And for others of you, there's this wounded divine masculine involved, okay? Now, I will say divine feminine, divine masculine energies, we all have both of those within us. So this isn't like this is the woman in the relationship and this is the man in the relationship. Like, no. This is just about the divine feminine and divine masculine energies within a person. Okay? So just kind of take this as this applies for you. Now with the Father of Wands energy here, so divine masculine wounding is what I'm feeling is this idea of taking too much, of being too aggressive, too forceful, being too demanding. All right? And it's this idea like, oh, well, why you can't go after what you want. You can't do what you want because it's going to inconvenience other people or other people won't like it. Okay? And this idea of like asserting yourself, there's this wound about like, hey, I don't like that. I don't like when you say that to me. I don't like when you do that thing. And someone shaming you for having that kind of reaction, for taking a stand, protecting yourself. Okay, protecting your energy, protecting your space. Someone kind of fighting you against that and be like, geez, what do you mean? You can't just take a joke, right? Like those kind of phrases, like, why can't you just take a joke? And so now it almost feels like you're afraid to speak up for yourself. You're afraid to take action to serve your best interest because some people are thinking it's really being selfish and inconsiderate of other people, you know? And it's about healing that wound there. And it's like, no, it's important to be assertive. No, it's important for me to communicate how I'm feeling and when things are hurting me. And for some women, you know, what I'm sensing, and unfortunately I think this still happens, but it's like when women assert themselves and, you know, give off that boss energy, like some people to this day still call that person a bitch, right? Versus, you know, in some societies and cultural conditioning, if a man was just as assertive, it's like, oh, he's being a real man now. Like that's boss energy, and it's like totally in line with the masculine. But when a woman does it, it's like, oh my gosh, she's like a demon, you know? She's this awful person when she asserts herself, and that's just simply not true. So there's wounds about asserting yourself and claiming what's rightfully yours, okay? That are ready to be healed, ready to be released. So let's see with this next deck here, like what is going to come of this? What change and transformation? What's going to be the result? What's going to be the possibilities of this brighter new version of you, this brighter future that you're stepping into with this transformational energy of the full moon in Scorpio, the total lunar eclipse? Like what wonderful things can you expect can happen for you in this new paradigm, this new realm of possibilities? So we have the High Priestess. Oh, yes. Okay, so a lot of intuitive energy here, really connecting with spirit, having this deeper connection spiritually, energetically with people around you, feeling in alignment. What I'm also getting is getting a lot of clarity now. And for some of you, it's like this clarity on like, okay, this is who I am. These are the type of people I can work with. This is the type of person, people, friendships, relationships I'm attracting now. I'm shaping my world now, okay? So this understanding of like energy dynamics and intuition and being able to read people. There's something else with this High Priestess energy that's trying to come through, and it's a bit muddled right now. Okay, so Spirit is saying just pull the other cards out and then we'll come back to it. All right. emperor energy, boss energy here. So yes, being recognized for the capable, skillful leader that you truly are. And like I'm sensing a lot of energy of expertise here and authority. Like people are going to respect you now. People are going to see you for who you truly are, which is this fierce person, this bomb boss person. And they're going to respect you more. You're going to get a lot more respect here. Ah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. What else we got? Patience. So, I feel like with this card here, Spirit is saying, like, hey, I know you've been struggling. I know things have been rough. You've been going through quite the rough patch that seems to have been dragging on and on and on and on. But hey, you hung in there. And now things are working out. And so there's almost this lesson of patience and this lesson and understanding of divine timing. You know, they say that Steve Jobs says, you have 20/20 vision in hindsight. So as you reflect back and you look back on your experiences, you'll see like everything happened for a reason. Everything happened in divine timing. But when you're in the midst of it all, when you're like living it, the struggle, it's really hard to acknowledge that. Okay? But here's another opportunity for you to learn like, hey, everything in life is temporary. Change is the only constant. And so even though I'm going through a tough time, it's not permanent. Fortunes are going to shift. Fortunes are going to change. There's going to be a new opportunity around the corner, okay? So having that patience and that understanding of divine timing in your life, this is going to sort of be a lesson in understanding that, and a lesson in which you could probably very likely pass on to others and give them the encouragement they need when they're going through tough times here as this emperor, as this leader, okay? Ooh, Oh, okay. So something came through with this high priestess energy in relationship to the patience. And so you're going to, what spirit is showing me is you're going to be able to almost predict things a little bit better now with this experience with patience and the notion of time. Um, and it's almost like you have a better sense of like when to take action and when to wait, moving forward, okay? Because you've had all these experiences where like you're forcing things and nothing's happening. And then finally, when you relax and release and let go, things can start to move for you, okay? Things can start to progress. And it's this intuitive understanding and self knowledge, self awareness, where it's like, oh, okay, I'm trying too hard with this. I've crossed the line now between working hard and being committed and dedicated and disciplined to being desperate and wanting this thing to work out to serve my ego. And so you're going to have this awareness now so you can better manage your energies, better manage your emotions and your time. Ooh, 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 ooh. I love this. Oh my gosh. I feel like there's a lot more messages coming through for this, and Spirit is saying to just take a moment to look at these cards here and feel for yourself what else you're seeing, as an exercise for developing your intuition. All right, my love? So you might want to maybe pause this video, take a screen capture of it, and reflect and meditate on these images and these cards again later to get even more insight on it. All right? But in the meantime, make sure you like and comment down below. Let me know what you're releasing. Let me know what you're calling in, what you're stepping into. I'd love to support you in whatever way I can. And of course, if this reading resonates with you and you love the energies here, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. If you want another reading and you're ready and you're up for it, there's a link right up here so you can go to that. But otherwise, I'm sending you all so much love and cosmic hugs to your beautiful, beautiful, successful, amazing, bright future. Wishing you all a very happy full moon in Scorpio solar eclipse. Take care, loves. Bye.